The episode starts again with the gang in the Northern Water Tribe city. We have Katara facing off against these students, and she's just absolutely bodying all of them. Like we see her one by
Love
one
it.
this guy, and after she defeats him, it's revealed that she's already defeated like 10 other people, and like they're
All the
just laying on the
students, like, they're
ground.
just no match for her.
Yeah, it's just like not even close. Paku's like, does anyone want to try again? And they're all just like sitting there with like scowls on their faces, like obviously we don't
Like
want to try
in pain
again.
from being beat, and they're like, no.
Yeah, like it's not even there. It's fine. And Aang, meanwhile, is in the corner just playing and turning himself into a snowman. He's just having a good time.
He's so cute.
Um, yeah, he's hilarious. And then we cut to Sokka and Yue as they're walking around the city and talking. Sokka's talking about how the Southern Water Tribe is nothing compared to the Northern Tribe. Yue laughs at his jokes and says that this is wrong, and she's like engaged and trying to flirt with him and stuff. They're being super wholesome, which is nice, even though she's
Hmm.
betrothed and that's a whole thing.
And Sokka's like, we're just
um,
talking, we're friends. And she's like, girl, we're not gonna be friends.
yeah, and
Hmm.
then so Sokka goes to Appa to show her Appa to make her feel better. And he takes her flying. It's really I loved the moment when she's like, "So how does this work?" And you get the close up of Sokka's face and him like
So
smirking and being
good.
like, "Yep, yep," to like get Appa to
I don't
fly.
know.
It's a
He goes,
really
yep, yep. It's like that,
yeah,
like the wait for it.
it's
It's
the
such a, it's one of
it's
those
so
jokes that's like,
dramatic.
he is right behind me, isn't he? It's like that kind of pause.
Like
It's,
cadence, yeah.
I eat it up. I eat it up.
And it's also so funny. It's a great like character moment, like him going full circle and being like confidently taking Appa to go fly, as opposed to like in the very beginning of the season, him being
He was
like,
scared. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
so like taken back by it. It's great. It's full
I didn't think
circle.
about that. You're right. Yeah.
It's really cool. They're flirting on Appa as they're flying through. They almost kiss, but then don't, and it's super super awkward. And like it's just such a weird like
Like,
scene.
damn.
You're just like, oh yeah, these are a couple teenagers who like don't know what they're doing. Like it
So
happens.
cute. Oh.
And then we get black snow, and Sokka immediately realizes this, recognizes it, and says that it's a sign of an impending rain, and it's what happens when the ash from the Fire Nation ships mix with the snow. And he's like,
Hmm.
there's tons of it, and so he's like, there's gonna be a big problem.
Which is so
So we
scary.
then cut.
It is a cool way though to
Oh,
show like how that works. Like I love that that is a detail in it that the
it's
smoke from
it's
their
great
ships
visual.
mixes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Isn't that
it's a
something that
great.
happens in I think in World War II in like Germany during like I hate to bring that up right now, but
Probably
it like that is something that actually happened in war times that it mixed with
you could
snow
tell.
while
Yeah,
there's soot. Yeah. Or
I mean,
people
I would
thought it
imagine
was
so.
snowing. That's really dark. We don't have to get into that, but
Either way, terrifying and great visual
terrifying.
storytelling
Yeah.
though to like
Hmm.
signify the like impending battle. Um,
Hmm.
we cut to Zhao, who is talking about how this is going to go down in history as a great battle of Admiral Zhao, who destroyed the last of the Water Tribe.
I do love how Zhao
Um,
always does this though. Whenever he's just about to win, he's like, "This is going to be great." He loves talking about it. He's like, "I'm going to be revered as a great general." It just shows where his priorities lay and how
yeah,
he always jumps the gun just a little bit too soon.
yeah, just like too much. He thinks too highly of himself. Bad job.
Hmm. Bad
Iroh
job.
warns him that history is not always kind to its subjects, which Zhao quickly throws back, like, "Oh, you're speaking from experience, you loser."
Boom! Like, he kind of got him there. He kind of got him there.
Yeah, I can't lie. We then cut to Zuko at the bottom of the ship, and Iroh is talking to him and asks Zuko for a plan, and Zuko says he's working on it. Um, we then cut back to the Water Tribe. They're preparing for the battle. UAC says that she can't see Sokka at all, and then he's like, "Well, we're just friends," and she does the
Like,
stereotypical
this is
like,
that
"No,
moment.
like I like you too much to just be friends. Like this can't work." And you're like,
Mm.
"Oh, okay,
I don't know
that
why I always
sucks."
think of the line in The Wolf of Wall Street where she's like, "No, we're not going to be friends." So
It's such a
not their dynamic though.
not at all.
Not at all.
Incredible. But yeah, so like she's like, I can't do this. She's doing this for her people. And then we get the Water Tribe meeting where the leader says that some of the faces will vanish from the tribe. And we get like dramatic shots of UA and Paku and then a random person. Um, He calls upon the great spirit of the moon and ocean for help. So this is when they start really hammering home the spirits of the moon and the ocean, which will play a big
Mm-hmm.
role in this finale.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, they'll come back. So he then asks for volunteers for a dangerous mission. Sokka immediately raises his hand. Seems that he doesn't really care about his life after Yue, and she cries and runs off. Very sad. It's
He's
so
like, if I can't,
they're such
it's
like
so
teenagers.
teenage. Yeah, it's so like Romeo Juliet,
Like
so dramatic. He's like,
it's
I
just
guess
the
I'll go
yeah
die then on a dangerous mission. That's all there is left to life.
yeah. It's hilarious. Then we have Aang like looking out over the entire like city in a super dramatic shot. It looks like the same shot, like it looks
From the
similar to the one in the
opening.
credits. Yeah, from the credits,
Yeah,
except
where
like
I
the
think they
background is
take
obviously
just him, but
him.
they changed the
Yeah,
background. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's rotoscoped like onto the the background. And he talks about how he wasn't there when the Fire Nation attacked his people, but he vows to make a difference this time.
Oh, I love
Which
that
is
little that
yeah,
callback too.
he's like, I'll do something now, which is cool. Um, the first fireball is shot, it hits the ice wall, it makes a giant explosion. More
Mm.
keep coming, and so now the city is officially under siege. Aang gets onto Appa and goes to fly into like battle to confront this ship. He destroys one of the fireballs on the way with his airbending. It takes a lot for him to take out this ship. Like he
Hmm.
goes onto the ship and like gets in single combat with these people.
There's like how many
We get this
trebuchets are on this one
Fire
ship? There was
Nation
like
dude who,
six. There's like a lot.
yeah, there was a
Yeah.
lot. And there's also the dude who has like a hammer and chain that attack. Like he's the
The
most over
hammer
designed Fire
chain.
Nation soldier we see the entire season, and there's one of him. It's just such a
It's just him.
like
He has like
weird
one, he has a
thing
pigtail
that
on
they
one
threw in
side
there.
and then like three hairs on the other. It's so random.
Hmm. It's great. So he does that. He defeats the ship, and then he flies up and sees hundreds of ships on the horizon that are coming in. So
Oh,
it's gonna be a problem. Like not good. And so
not
then we cut
good.
back to Sokka, and he's with this secret mission guys. They're going to try to infiltrate the Fire Nation, and Sokka's like, "This is not the armor that they use." They're like, "What are you talking about? This is like we got this off of Fire Nation shoulder." And he's like, "What? 85 years ago?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're
It's such a
like
good
all of
joke.
their it's like I love this bit here where like they just are like saying all the information that they need to get, and Sokka just answers all of their questions
Like it's like
immediately
I have
because
all this
like
information. Yeah.
they're like, we need to find out who the commander is, and he's like, it's Admiral Zhao. Like,
He's like
and they're like,
middle-aged guy, sideburns, grumpy, or something. Like the way he describes him is so cute.
mm-hmm. And then so Sokka's informed to report all of the info he knows about the Fire Nation to Han, which he then learns is going to be betrothed. Like that's who Yue is betrothed to. So obviously he instantly hates this dude. He
Yeah.
is
And then
not
he's like
happy
a
about
like
it.
kind of like surfer bro who's a
Oh,
dick,
he's so obnoxious.
overconfident. Yeah.
He's the worst. Honestly, hate him.
Love Han.
So we get back to the battle, and there's fireballs just obliterating the water tribe. They're trying to stop them, but there's so many. Iroh says it's almost nighttime, and he advises to hold the attacks at night as the water tribe is more powerful with the moon. Um,
I do love how
Zhao
Iroh
says he's
understands. Like this is just a little moment to show like Iroh really understands how all the nations work and how
he
all the
understands
other
the world.
benders work.
Like
Yeah, like he understands the
yeah,
world.
like
He's a general for a reason.
yeah.
Was.
Zhao says that he's yeah. Zhao says that he's aware of the moon problem and is working on a solution. So he's waiting for daybreak. The water tribe is sees that they have stopped firing. Aang is back on the land, and he's like, "There's too many of them. I can't fight them all." And it's a really cool. I mean, cool is not the right word, but like it's a really tender moment where like he really feels the weight of
Hmm.
like he's just a single kid, and he's like, "I cannot do this. Like they're an entire army, and I don't
Yeah.
like I don't know what to do
That
here."
is like,
Um,
because the exact line that he says, I love this line. They're like, you have to. You're the avatar. And he's like, I'm just one kid. It's
yeah,
like, oh, he
it hurts.
is.
Yeah, he's just a single like
And
he's a 12-year-old kid. He's very
mhm.
like inequipped for this. Um,
I like how too that emphasizes how too like amazing he is and how because
yeah.
he does end up saving him. Spoiler
Mhm.
alert, he saves everyone. But like
In case you didn't guess, the
in
Avatar kind
case
of
you
ends up
didn't
winning.
guess, um, it's
Yeah,
very
it's
cute.
great. So we get back to the fire ship. We see Zuko making up a boat to leave. Iroh gives him advice in his own little way. It's great. He says, "You're fishing for an octopus. You need a tightly woven net, or he will find the tiniest hole and escape." Iroh is just so great at always giving advice. He's the best.
Love Iroh. This conversation right here is like, oh, I was in tears. I was like, oh my god, stop.
Yeah,
Like,
because Iroh also comes up and he's like talking about how much he cares about him, and Zuko's like, "You don't have to say it," and he's like, he nags on him so much
but
because ever since he lost his son, he sees Zuko and like
why
thinks
would
of
you
Zuko
do
as one of
this
his
to
own.
me?
And like it's so emotional. It's so good. It's so
Like I'm
strong.
gonna cry now. It's so cute. I was like, that's so sweet. And then we get there with the whole leaves from the vine and
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Aspect listener, enjoying the show?
Then be sure to subscribe here on The Aspect so you never miss an episode.
And check out more episodes and clips on our playlist here.
Thanks so much for watching, and
Lameo Hot Man.